Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we'll be talking about the Kalibr cruise missile family from the Russian military. Please remember to like and subscribe. Now let's get right into it. Fact 1. Primary marine based. The Kalibr cruise missiles are generally launched from the sea. Most of these variants and capabilities are all ship-based. It is mostly introduced as a ship-based missile system, generally being launched from frigates, destroyers, and even submarines. There are also anti-ship and anti-submarine missiles in the Kalibr cruise missile family. In the Russian direct translation, they really call it the Kalibr rocket family. Currently, the Russian Navy is the primary user, and what they do is they sail their ships and submarines near the target area and fire the rockets toward the enemy. Because these rockets and missiles are short range, they need to be close to the enemy. The reason why there's not so many land-based systems is because in 1987, the INF treaty signed by the Russians and the United States prohibited intermediate range nuclear capable missiles. They felt that land-based systems such as that will cause worldwide destruction in a matter of minutes and leaving everyone incapacitated. However, the treaty has been abandoned and now land-based systems are okay. Let's get to the next fact. Fact 2. Nuclear capable. As I mentioned in the previous section, one of the reasons why the Kalibr cruise missiles are mostly sea-based is because there was a treaty that prevented land-based systems to be operational. However, the treaty has been abandoned by both parties and is no longer in effect. And as a result, the Kalibr cruise missiles have land-based systems. In all types of land-based or sea-based systems, the Kalibr cruise missiles are capable of carrying nuclear warheads. Not just that, but each missile could carry multiple warheads. And so these missiles are not to be taken lightly. One day, the Russians could potentially arm the Kalibr missiles with a nuclear warhead and launch it towards its target. However, a good part to know is that the Kalibr cruise missiles cannot contain a very large nuclear warhead, and therefore, the type of nuclear weapons that it could use is generally a low yield. We're talking about a few kilotons of destruction rather than megatons. However, make no mistake, it is still a nuclear weapon and will cause worldwide damage. Alright, let's get into the next fact. Fact 3. Russian-friendly operators. The Kalibr cruise missiles is a Russian-dominated and Russian-originated missile system. And of course, in the news, that's all you see. However, the Russians do export this missile, and they have been selling it to other countries of interest. The Russians proudly present this missile at various military expos to showcase its capabilities. And if you see this map here, you can see there are many countries that operate the Kalibr cruise missiles. India, China, Vietnam, Iran, and Algeria. A lot of these countries are not friendly with the United States. Well, maybe except India, but India is very neutral in my mind. India is a really special case. They know not to be on a side and try to be as neutral as possible. Even in the Russian-Ukraine invasion, the Indian government has no hesitation to buy cheap Russian oil. And of course, China is a direct enemy of the United States and therefore needs to have such cruise missile capabilities in addition to their own developments. Alright, let's get into the next fact. Fact 4. Anti-submarine torpedoes. When you think of cruise missiles, you think of ones that launch into the sky and fly toward a land target and destroy them. However, the Kalibr missile system, or the rocket family, also contains anti-submarine torpedoes. That's right. The Kalibr rocket missile family system can be torpedoes as well. That means it's fired and travels entirely within water. And so you can see here is a version of the Kalibr missile system where is a torpedo, and the propellant propels the missile entirely underwater. I think it's incredible that their technology has extended to both air and sea. And to use a single family which is a modular system, makes it much easier to maintain and produce at a mass scale. Modular systems could also be easily upgraded at a later time by simply swapping out various components. Alright, let's get into the next and final fact. $300,000 to $500,000 US each. The Kalibr cruise missiles is a direct competitor to the US Tomahawk cruise missiles. One stark difference is that the Tomahawk cruise missiles cost millions of dollars. They're roughly the same size, they have almost the same capability and range. However, the Kalibr missiles are much cheaper. I think this is a huge advantage of these rockets because the less money it costs, the more you can produce without too much capital. It is also incredible that the Russians can develop a cruise missile technology that is at par with the Tomahawk cruise missile at almost a third of the price. However, in my research, I have found that even though it could cost as low as $300,000 US to produce for the Russian military, they actually sell these missiles to other governments at a minimum of $500,000. I think it's pretty incredible that the Russians are able to sell a product at par with their competitors in terms of capabilities, but at a fraction of the cost. Can you imagine if you are a country such as India who has no allegiance to any side and is willing to go with the best value? You'll likely buy Kalibr missiles versus Tomahawk missiles. If they both can have the same capability and range, why would you spend more if you can have the same thing for less? I think that's very smart of the Indian government to not really be enemies with the Russians. Alright, that's it for my video today. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. See you next time.